What I've done is, after all my research and talking to everybody in this field and everything like that, I've realized that there are only 6 steps that you need to focus on. There are only 6 things that you need to keep in mind, and you will be well on your way to achieving financial independence, and you will be well on your way into financial literacy.
Hello, fellow sapiens, bringing you a brand new episode of another Homo sapien podcast in which we talk about practical things that you can follow to have a better sense of the life that you are living. Today, we have an ex-financial banking analyst who wasn't doing marketing before that. Two of my favorite things, by the way, and now working on a brand called FinCocktail.com. With that, I would just want to welcome Sayali. Thank you so much for being here, Sayali.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It's very interesting what you're doing. So, yeah, it's
I'm
fun.
glad you found it interesting. I just started saying things that I just have in my mind. So if that's
That's what
interesting,
most people are afraid of doing, right? They're afraid of saying what they think or feel. So I think that is the most interesting thing you can do.
but yeah. So let's just dive into it because we don't want to waste like at least a couple of minutes. हम अपना time waste करते हैं audience का. अभी नहीं. शुरू में I want to have like practical steps. If someone wants to have it straight away, he can spend or she can spend like 10 to 15 minutes listening to you on personal
Okay.
finance, on where she can or he can start to have a better sense of financial life.
Mm-hmm.
Where should he start?
Okay, I'm going to dive in, like you said. I'm not going to waste your and your audience's time.
Yeah.
What I've done is, after all my research and talking to everybody in this field and everything like that, I've realized that there are only 6 steps that you need to focus on. There are only 6 things that you need to keep in mind, and you will be well on your way to achieving financial independence, and you will be well on your way into financial literacy.
Lovely. Like I like steps.
Yeah, easy to follow.
Yeah.
Okay, the first one sounds very cliche and very like, oh, बहुत ज्ञान दे रही हूँ and all of that, but it's beginning with confidence, and I'll tell you why it's important. Because honestly, most of the time, what happens is we become our biggest critic. क्या हो जाता है कि we always think that, oh, this is too big for me. Oh, I don't know this field. Oh, पैसा डूब गया तो. Oh, ऐसा हो गया तो. But you know what? We need to remove these thoughts from our head and realize that every single person who has invested has gone through the same procedure. All of them have had these self-doubts, and what they've done is they've gone ahead. Literally, like डर के आगे जीत है. That is what they have done.
I posted a story yesterday. Like, what are your biggest fears? And imagine just looking into those fears eye to eye and saying, yes, I am afraid, but I'm ready to move forward. Like, it's like
Exactly.
It's like exactly. मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि like an example, like the first roller coaster ride ever. Like the adventure and the fear, like both of them together. It's super cool.
That's it.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess finance is like the first roller coaster ride because it's scary and exhilarating at the same time.
Okay.
So that's step 1. Step number 2 is setting your financial goals. So financial goals are something that we don't really think about. What happens is हम लोग directly वो step पे पहुंच जाते हैं, which is investing. Where do I put my money? Or where do I invest my money? Honestly, there are a couple of steps before that to think about. Then you can invest your money wisely, which will actually work for you. For example, abhi, like buying a car, buying a house, saving for retirement, saving for, I don't know, your children's education. All these things sound like way in the future, like the 15-20 saal to minimum. But that's the sound way of investing, and that's how you actually make the most out of your money. Because what happens is कि अगर अभी save नहीं करो, अभी start नहीं करो plan, so automatically your responsibilities increase, the EMIs increase on your head, everything just keeps, literally, it's like a snowball effect. It just keeps increasing and going out of hand. And then suddenly you're like, oh, I need to send my child to college tomorrow, and I don't have that kind of money. So
then debt also. हम तो EMI भर रहे हैं, तुम भी भरना.
Sorry?
Like we put them on debt also, like
Yes, exactly. We give them student debt, and which they have to figure out then, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that is just one example. But even small things like going on a vacation,
Yes.
buying that expensive pair of shoes, or that expensive pair of like the earrings, or a bag, or like those kick-ass Air Jordans. I don't know. All of these things are quite, they burn a hole in your pocket.
Yes.
If you just set them as a goal, what happens is you can work backwards them. Then you can work towards achieving them and consistently making sure that you're not just splurging without thinking about it. Step number 3 is saving correctly. So
saving correctly.
Yes, saving correctly. Everybody likes to save. Everybody likes to
it's in our blood, like we are Indians. So.
Yes, we're Indians, exactly. So मतलब सबसे पहले क्या करो पैसे का, तो मतलब like save a big chunk. That's what we've been told.
We like to see our bank account balance like
yes, always. It is difficult, but not impossible. So saving correctly involves a couple of steps. So first of all, you need to save not to invest, not to put it in a particular mutual fund or stock. You need to save to create your emergency fund.
Okay.
So an emergency fund is basically, agar kal, like I'm not even talking about in the distant future. Tomorrow, if you lose your job, or if you lose all your income streams like that, and honestly, things like that have happened in the pandemic. A lot of people have faced salary cuts and like 60%, which is difficult to deal with.
And lost their jobs, like not even 60%.
They've lost their jobs. They've figured 60% salary cut. They have suddenly said, sorry, this job doesn't exist anymore. This company doesn't exist anymore. So it's difficult.
Yes.
So in that case, what happens is your emergency fund kicks in. So your emergency fund is basically just 3 to 6 months of your monthly expenses in a very convenient location, very accessible and convenient location, like a savings account or a liquid fund.
Okay.
मतलब अगर कल जरूरत, no, not even FD, because कल जरूरत पड़े तो you should be able to access it.
Yeah. Got it.
And like an FD also, you have to go through the process of breaking it, etc. Because then you lose out on the money. No, that's uska bhi stress nahi chahiye. It has to be like tomorrow, if you lose your job, you need to go buy groceries. That money has to be available. And I'm talking about basic things like paying your rent, getting groceries, basically
real emergencies.
Real emergencies. And this money you do not touch. You don't touch. Like you don't think that, oh, ye laptop mast aaya hai, acha dikh raha hai, I'll replenish my emergency fund later on. No. You don't touch this until it's a real emergency. So that is
can we keep it in like गद्दों में रख सकते हैं सर, like we see in the movies.
गद्दों पे तो रख ही सकते हो, मगर inflation will reduce its value, unfortunately.
Yes. We'll come to that, inflation.
Yeah, we should.
Yes.
And then after that, you start saving according to your financial goals. Like, whether you want to save for a trip, whether you want to save to invest, all of that comes after. So first thing is you save for your emergency fund, and then you start saving for everything else. Because what happens is, agar you just keep saving for investing, etc., what happens is if there is an emergency, then you panic. You either break your mutual funds or FDs, etc., which would have given you a much better return.
Yes.
And those are lots of reasons why people don't invest. They're like, oh, I don't want to invest क्योंकि अरे क्या हो गया अगर emergency हो गई तो मैं क्या करूँ, etc. So that is step number 3. Now we come to step number 4, which is the most boring step, but you have to go through it.
Okay.
Bear with me.
Okay.
It's ensure you insure. So you have to have all your insurances sorted out.
Oh. Okay.
Because emergency fund के बाद क्या आता है? COVID has taught us this. Medical emergencies.
Yes.
For you, for your entire family, for aging parents, for yourself, for any children, dependents, all of them. Your whole family has to be insured. They have to be. All of them have to have medical insurance.
Okay.
And that is a must. Now, what type of medical insurance, how deep you go into it, that is up to you and your family. That is a discussion that I cannot have
This
on
is like a whole
a
lot different discussion. Like isko hum separate.
yeah, and I can't have that discussion overall because every
Hmm.
family is different and their needs are
Yes.
different.
Yes.
If you have dependents, then you
Hmm.
should have some life insurance as well. But I must warn you that whenever we talk about life insurance, you really should stay away from the schemes that talk about you have those schemes which involve life insurance and investing. Like you have those
There are a lot of them.
some
So
there are a
I was
lot
in a
and they're
process.
increasing nowadays.
Yes.
Like, and I that is something that is a hard and fast rule. Do not go for them.
Okay.
Not at all. None of them.
Okay.
Because honestly, I've literally sat with an Excel sheet and I've done the math. Instead of giving them, like, there was a scheme, I'm not going to name which scheme it was. There was a scheme which was like, give me a certain amount every year for 15 years. 20th year, I give you this much money. And since after that, I'll give you so much money for whatever, how many ever years. That every year ka payment, if you just put it into a basic FD, it'll give you better return than that scheme. And I'm not even lying. I'm not talking about mutual funds. I've done the math. I've literally sat in front of an Excel sheet and I'm like 4%, 5%, even if you invest in something which gives you 5% return, which is actually lower than inflation, still it will be better for you to invest that money than to give it to that insurance / investment scheme. So stay away from those.
Okay. So always go for term insurance. That's what you're saying essentially.
Yeah, it's plain vanilla life insurance that you need to go for, which is just you pay your basic premium, and if God forbid something happens to you, your family gets the money. That is your basic life insurance that you need to go for.
You don't want any money back if we survive, right?
Nahi chahiye. Thank you. Keep it.
Yeah. So
that is
step
again,
number 4.
Yeah, and we come to step 5, which is most important, which is finding the right fit.
Okay.
So
right
this is the step. This is the step where you finally come to investing your money.
Okay.
So remember how many goals banaye the financially? You go back to those goals and figure out when those goals need to be achieved. Like, you want to buy a car, do you want to buy it this year, do you want to buy it next year? Do you want to buy a house, do you want to buy it in 5 years or 7 years? Etc. So put it on a timeline and accordingly find out the correct investments for you. Like, if you want to buy a house, is there a good large cap mutual fund which gives you a good return in 5 to 7 years? You can invest that money for the down payment of your house. So automatically that money will increase and you'll have that kind of money for the down payment eventually in 5 to 7 years. So I call it find the right fit because it has to fit with your financial goals. It can't be ऐसे ही मतलब पैसे डालते रहो और फिर पता नहीं कब कैसे. Because then what happens is you tend to remove the money also when you don't really require it, but just because it's there and you don't really have a goal that the money is working towards. So ऐसे ही वो either मतलब you remove it at a subpar level, at a level where you would not have reached the full potential of that investment. So that's why it's important to figure out the right.
Like automated deduction from your account every single month. Just do it.
Ideally, yes. Automated deductions, yes. But like I said, every person is different. How much you can save every month, whether you can save every month it depends on every family and every person.
Yes.
So whatever works for you, but automated deductions are always
the best.
Always recommended.
Yes. That was step number 5. And
yes. And step number 6 is it seems very simple, but most of the people don't do this. And this is where the financial plan kind of goes off track. It's called reassess and realign. Financial plan. So financial health is like your physical and mental health. So in 2020, what we've realized is it's very important to take care of our physical and mental health, right?
Yes.
We've started eating healthy, we've started working out at home, outside. हमें फर्क नहीं पड़ता. हम लोग तो बस we're working out everywhere. हम लोग को फर्क नहीं पड़ता. And everybody started there are 50 different ways of keeping yourself healthy, physically and mentally. People have started paying attention to mental health, which is a very good thing, and I'm very glad about it.
Yes.
But at the same time, financial health is also like that. It's a process. It's not कि एक बार कर लो तो बस भूल जाओ. It's a process which is going to keep happening. Your goals will change, your priorities will change, your personal situation will change. Right now, you're maybe living with parents. Maybe you'll move out. Maybe you're a student right now. Maybe you'll get a job. Maybe you'll get married. Maybe you will live in with somebody. Maybe you have a responsibility of a child. Maybe your parents need more help. Maybe they retire. Maybe they will need help at home. Every single time you think about your financial plan, all these things affect it. So every 6 months to a year, you need to reassess and realign your financial goals. And you need to figure out whether your investments are still fitting those goals and still working well for you. If they are not, you need to get rid of them. Because if they've done their job, like if you put in some money in a mutual fund which is supposed to be withdrawn in 5 to 7 years for your down payment of your house, you're willing to do the down payment, and now its job is done. It's giving you that kind of return, and you're done with it. So remove it. Find a new mutual fund. Find another goal to work towards. Make your money work is an actual thing. This is literally putting your money to work. So every 6 months to a year, you have to revisit your financial plan and figure out that you're on track of achieving your goals. And this is not just in terms of your investments. It's also in terms of like insurance. Whether it has expired, whether you have dependents now, whether you need larger coverage, whether you have retired parents, whether your parents require more medical coverage, whether you need top up for them. All of these things are something that you need to think about every 6 months to a year. Only then will you be on top of it. Varna kya ho jayega? Suddenly after 5 years, they're like, oh no, this medical coverage which I had taken 5 years ago is not enough anymore. And now what do I do? And now the premium that you have to, and now the premium that you'll have to pay to get that coverage will be much higher unless you did it earlier. So it's just all of these things need to be thought about. Even things like an emergency fund. Aaj ka 3 ya 6 mahina, your expenses will be different than next year's 3 to 6 months. So that also needs to be updated as you go along. So and hopefully if you keep going at it and following this process, you'll be well on your way to achieving financial freedom.